How's it going? Dave here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about pedal tone chord progressions. So what is a pedal tone chord progression? Well, basically it is a chord progression where we have one note that continuously drones throughout the entire chord progression. This note is usually played in the bass, but it can be higher, so it could be contained within the middle of the chord or at the top of the chord as well. That's all there is really to it, so I'm going to show you a few examples to give you some inspiration, and then maybe you can go and create your own that are a bit more advanced or a bit more interesting to listen to. So the first pedal tone chord progression I have written uses the A string as the pedal tone. So this A string is ringing continuously throughout, and we're playing in the key of A, so we're going to play our chords in the key of A. So we've got A major, we've got B minor, which we'd play like this instead of a bar chord. I'm also using D6, where we bar the 7th fret on the top 4 strings. I'm using an E6, which is the same thing, just 2 frets higher. Then an E7, where I put my middle finger on the 10th fret of the high E string. And then also I am playing another variation of an A major chord, which looks like this. So we've got our ring finger on the 11th fret of the D string, the 9th fret of the G string with our index finger, our middle finger on the 10th fret of the B string, and our index finger also on the 9th fret of the high E string. So, and all I'm doing is I'm just playing the chord, whichever chord I'm playing, then playing the A string afterwards. Like that. So let's take a listen to the example and you can hear for yourself how it sounds. So now the next chord progression that I am going to be playing is in the key of D, and the D string is going to be the pedal tone. And what we're doing is we're playing the chords in the key of D, so we've got D major, we've got E minor, we've got F sharp minor, we've also got G, we've got A, and you've also got B minor, and you've also got C sharp diminished as well, before we go to our D. What I'm doing is I'm missing out the B string and playing these 6th intervals. Making sure my middle finger's on the G string so that I can switch between these 6th shapes with ease, and then I'm just ringing out the D string as well. And you can get this cool kind of sound like this. So let's take a listen to the chord progression. Okay, this third and final example is my favourite. The pedal tone is actually in the middle of the chord. Remember I said you could have the pedal tone in the middle of the chord or up at the top of the chord as well. So what we're doing is we're playing in the key of G major. So we are basically doing our A-shaped bar chords, so our 5-string bar chords, but we're not barring, we're letting the G string ring out. So if we were to play in the key of G, we'd have this G shape, where we play the 10th fret of the A string, the 12th fret of the D string, let the G string ring out, then the 12th fret of the B string. We're not going to play the high E string, even though it would work as well. If you wanted to play the high E string, it just doesn't sound as good as just letting the G string ring out. So we've got that. We've also got A minor, well, we're playing kind of like an A minor 7 chord here, I guess, if we're leaving the G string open. Then we've got B minor, C major, remember every single time leaving that G string ringing out, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished. That one sounds a little bit dissonant because of our tritone we've got here. And then obviously back to G major again. So throughout the entire progression, we're letting that G string ring out, and that's our pedal tone. So have a listen to the chord progression and see what you think. So now it's up to you to create your own chord progressions using pedal tones. I've created some relatively simple chord progressions there so you can get the point of pedal tone chord progressions, but you can easily make your chord progressions more advanced by using modes or different chord progression techniques that I talk about on my channel. And using pedal tones is a really cool tool to use when experimenting and trying to create new sounds. So I hope it works out for you. Now, if you enjoyed the video, click like, let me know what you thought in the comments, and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well, so that you're notified every single time I release a new video. And if you're looking to create some really interesting sounding chord progressions that might help you out with your pedal tone chord progressions, you can check out the first 2 chapters of my book, Chord Charisma, which you can get for absolutely free. That's down in the description. And what that will show you is how to create a really solid chord progression in a major or a minor key, and then how to add extensions and color tones to those chords, like 6ths, 7ths, 9ths, 11ths, 13ths, that kind of thing. And there are chord shapes for every single one of those chords as well. So make sure you go and check that out, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.